Hello lovely Flosstube friends and welcome back to my channel. This is not my mid-month update, it is a little bit early for that. This is a little Flosstube extra I thought I would record about the amazing time that I had at the Jingle Ball. So, if you didn't go to the Jingle Ball this year, if you thought about going but didn't end up buying a ticket, or if you've just never heard of it, I just thought I would tell you a little bit about it and how I found it, and maybe you'll decide to attend in 2024. So there is going to be a little rundown of like how it works, what it was like, what is included in your ticket price, what isn't included in your ticket price, and then I will also show you all the lovely haul that I purchased. It's all digital haul, so when we get to that bit of the video, I will be looking on my phone at the patterns while I pop them on the screen for you. Otherwise, I'll get terribly confused. So I will be looking down a little bit when we get to that point so that I can see what I'm talking about. But before I do that, we will start off with just the Jingle Ball in general, like what is it? So I'm just gonna have another slurp of my tea from my cute little Rendell mug. I've just done the school run and I'm still freezing, so the hat has not come off yet and I'm trying to warm up with a cup of tea. So, now one more little sip and then let's talk all things Jingle Ball. So, what is the Jingle Ball? It is a massive online virtual stitching event hosted primarily by Lindy Stitchers. Lindy Stitchers are the organizer, but then they select 11 other designers to invite to sort of host and run the ball with them, and each designer has a shop booth within the event where you can go shopping. So that is kind of the bones of it, but there is so much more to it than that. So when you log in to the website with your magic link, once you've bought a ticket, you'll come up with like an interface. It's very easy to navigate, and there is the main ballroom. So in the main ballroom, there are entertainment videos that are pre-recorded that they play at set times throughout the event, so you can watch them as they are playing. But once they've finished showing that video, they are then in the list and you can just click to view the recording at any time that you like. So even though the ball was running from Friday to Sunday, I have been watching some of those videos that I missed just over the last couple of days because some of them were originally shown at times that I was fast asleep. The Jingle Ball is an American event, but it is open to everyone internationally. However, you are abiding by their time schedule. I think it was all Eastern Standard Time. So yes, for me in the UK, some of the things that were being shown were happening at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. But it was lovely that those were pre-recorded so I could go back and watch them afterwards. So that was the main ballroom. Then there were the stitching rooms. So in the stitching rooms, that is literally a virtual stitching room that you can pop into, and when you select a room and go into that room, they had different names. So there would be like early bird stitchers, night owls, monogamous stitchers, the 30 whips and up table, which I did dip into a couple of times. There was a stitching with cats room, a stitching with dogs room, an international table if you were logging on at unsociable hours and hoping that you might catch someone that was also in your time zone. There were loads of different rooms that you could jump between, and when you went into a stitching room, you would just see everyone's little videos. If they opted to turn the video off, you'd obviously like just see their initials or their name, where their video should be, and yeah, you could just sit and virtually stitch and chat with however many people were in that room. That was lovely. So I did spend a little bit of time in and out of a few stitching rooms. I spent the majority of my stitchy room time in either the international room or in the, I did dip into the 30 whips and up table. And there were also throughout the event tables that popped up for a limited time only that were a stitching table hosted by and then one of the 12 designers. So when I saw those pop up when I was online, I did dip in and out of a few of the designer hosted stitching tables, which was lovely as well. So that was the stitching rooms. Then there were the classrooms. So the Jingle Ball includes in the ticket price, or at least the 2023 ball included in the ticket price, 2 free complimentary classes that anybody could join in. They were at set times, but thankfully the times were good. They were not in the middle of the night, so I did attend both of those complimentary classes. One was a fairy lights jar tutorial with Beth Twist. So that was lovely, just showing you like how she makes the little fairy light jars and what she uses and different ideas on different things to do with them. And then another tutorial that I watched was Jodie Rice from Satsuma Street doing her perforated paper ornament finishing class. And that was amazing. I really enjoyed it. It was a 90-minute class. I watched the whole thing, really informative. I think it's given me a lot more confidence in actually tackling some of my Mill Hill ornament kits and just ornaments from magazines that I might want to do on perforated paper. I did quite a while ago find some perforated paper that somebody was selling on eBay, and I bought quite a little stash of it. It's all the same colour. I think all of it was like the brown beige colour. Obviously, like when you buy different kits, they all come with different colours of perforated paper to complement the designs, but I do have a stash of like a fairly neutral brown perforated paper, and I have tons of magazines and books and loads of things that have small designs in that are either supposed to be an ornament or would lend themselves very well to being an ornament if I chose to stitch them on the paper. And yes, I just feel after watching that class, I have a lot more confidence in how to do a good job of finishing. I have to date only finished, like fully finished, one Mill Hill ornament of an owl, and my finishing was a bit of a mess. I knew kind of roughly what I was doing, and I finished it with like a felt backing, but it wasn't great. Like if you look at it up close, it's a bit ropey. Like my cutting wasn't, which I just did with like massive kitchen scissors, I think. Like my cutting around it wasn't very good. I messed up a little bit with putting the felt backing on, and yeah, it's not great. It's my first ornament and I will cherish it, but it's not the best looking thing. And obviously that's a shame when you've spent a lot of time doing the lovely stitching. So that was a fantastic class. There were other classes, numerous other classes, which were all paid for. So there were some classes that you had to buy an additional ticket to attend. I did not attend any of those. I may well think about it next year, but this year I didn't. So I can't tell you about the quality of the paid classes, but based on how great the 2 free classes were, I'm sure they were also fantastic. What else was there? Have we talked about whip speed dating? I don't know if we have. So there was a whip speed dating room, and that was only open at certain times for like half-hour sessions where you would go into the room with your favourite whip and you would get paired up with someone in the room and have like a 5-minute session talking about your whips and then move on to the next person. So I didn't end up in that room, but that was the concept of that. Yes. I don't know why I didn't try that out. I might try it out next year. I think I liked the concept, but I was like, I don't know which whip to pick. And I don't know like if I'll just like freeze up one-on-one and not be able to talk about it. So I didn't try that out, but it does sound super fun. I'm sure that the people that did brave it and were brave enough to go into that room, I'm sure it was a real giggle. So what else was there? I'm just trying to visualize the menu. So we've done the main ballroom, we've done the classes, we've done the whip speed dating, the stitchy rooms. So then the last tab was, of course, the shopping tab. And a lot of shopping went on. So every designer that was part of the event had their own little shopping booth where you could go and shop. They all released a minimum of one exclusive pattern that is exclusive to the Jingle Ball for like 12 to 18 months or so. So from what I gather, all of those classes will eventually all of those patterns will eventually be released for general release, but if you went to the ball, you could get them ahead of time and get them sort of 12 to 18 months before anybody else can get them. Which is, you know, it's quite nice. If there's something you love and you want to stitch it straight away, you can get those patterns early at the Jingle Ball before they're on general release. A number of the designers had free patterns as well, so I downloaded quite a lot of freebies. I think a couple of them were freebies that were actually designed for the Jingle Ball, which was lovely, and a few of them were maybe like older patterns or patterns that might have previously been paid for, but then those designers included them as a freebie for the ball. So I got quite a selection of free patterns. I don't think there was one from every single designer, but some of them did have multiple. So all in all, I think I ended up with at least a dozen free patterns, which obviously are just free with your ticket price. And then I did do quite a bit of shopping, which we will come to at the very end. So, what else was going on? So in the main ballroom, I didn't really tell you about the range of entertainment. It was varied, it was so fun. I thoroughly enjoyed every single video, and I think I've still got one or two of the sessions to watch to catch up on. But from the ones that I've watched so far, like each ballroom video is a nice mixture of Christmassy music, just with like a nice snowflake background or something, so you can just listen while you stitch, and they'll play a song or two, and then there'll be like an entertainment segment, then another song or two, and so on. And I think each ballroom video was around an hour long, I think. So what was the entertainment? So there was like a Stitchers dance off, which was hilarious, where they were doing all these stitching inspired moves. It was just a whole lot of fun, and it was supposed to be fun. It was very entertaining. There was a mixology class with one of the designers and her husband, which I found really good. They were making all these different Christmas cocktails, and sampling them as they went along. So they were pretty merry by the end of that segment. But that was really enjoyable. Lots of humour, lots of really typical husbandy jokes thrown into that one, like Christmas jokes that make you groan, but really funny. I really enjoyed that. And they also had like story time reading, so various Christmas storybooks were read during the entertainment segments. That was lovely. There was a section, like a wildlife visit with one of the designers, where they went and they were actually showing you different birds of prey. So yeah, really interesting. Like all the videos were not necessarily stitching related, but they were a whole lot of fun and really nice things to just watch and listen to while you're stitching. The entertainment was wonderful. I'm sure I've forgotten a bunch of other things that were included in the entertainment videos, but those are some of the things that come to mind that I can remember. What else? Yes, so during the ballroom entertainment sessions, they also had a showcase of each designer's new designs, like their new releases for the Jingle Ball and their exclusive releases for the Jingle Ball. So every designer had a segment where they were showing everything off. And then also there were meet and greet sessions with each designer. So those were an interactive thing rather than being in the main ballroom, which was all pre-recorded. They were an actual like live a live thing, so it was sort of two-way communication. You couldn't speak to the designers like verbally, but they had like their chat window open and you could just watch, and they did show their new releases and things like that, but then they also just had a load of back and forth like question answering, and yeah, that was really good. I think I sat in on about 5 or 6, so I probably did about half of the meet and greet sessions. Some of them were not at good times for me, and unfortunately those were not pre-recorded, so if you missed them when they were happening, you missed them, and that was that. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a really good idea of what the Jingle Ball involves. If you didn't attend, I have popped some photos up of some of the entertainment segments so you can see a little bit of what was going on. It was really lovely. But now I think I'm just about ready to show you lots of lovely patterns and enable you. So let's do that. So I've picked up my phone now because otherwise I'm not going to have a clue what I'm talking about. So first of all, I will just run you through a few of the little... Sorry, I want some more tea. I will run you through a few of the freebies that I got. Now, this isn't all the freebies that I downloaded, because some of them I found that when I downloaded them, there was not an actual preview. There was only the pattern, so I can't pop those on the screen. But for all the ones where there is a little preview, or like a model stitch photo or a digital mock-up, I can show you. So this is the first one I'm going to show you. This is the Jingle Ball 2023 official ornament pattern. This was by Lindy Stitches, who are hosting the event. So yeah, I thought that was really cute. I love the way they finished it with the little bow. So that is the first freebie that I got. This is a lovely freebie. So this is a hands-on design, and it's just called Berries in Bloom. It's a lovely Merry Christmas wreath, and just looking at the information here, it does say Merry 2020 on like one of the hashtags on the pattern, so I do think probably this is an older pattern that has been made available for the Jingle Ball, but I've never seen it before, so it's new to me and I love it. I really like that one, it's very pretty. Another hands-on design one, so this was the Snow Globe Snowman. Again, this may very well be an older pattern, but it is new to me. I've not come across it before, and I think that is gorgeous. Makes a lovely, cute little ornament. It's not a very big design at all. So yeah, that is absolutely lovely. This is the next one I downloaded, which was by Hello by Liz Matthews, just called Holly. So a lovely sort of traditional little holly stitch there that will fit in a cute small frame. Again, they're all quite small, wouldn't take long to stitch, and I love this one. This is another one from Hello by Liz Matthews, and it is like a Merry Christmas sampler. It does say here on the info sheet I've got that this was a 2020 release, so again it's a bit of an older design, but I love that. Like, that is something that I would actually buy, so I'm really happy to have that as a freebie. And it's not dissimilar from the exclusive pattern that she released at the Jingle Ball this year, which is not one of the ones I purchased, but it is actually quite similar in terms of like the concept and the colours and the layout. The one for this year was all sort of done in black as well on the model stitch, and that one just had like other Christmas wording on, not Merry Christmas, but other writing on it. But yeah, very similar style. But I didn't get that one, maybe because I got this one instead, and they're very similar. This is another Hello by Liz Matthews design. I didn't know she'd given us so many. So this is the Winter Celebration Small. And yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. It's very cute. I think it's been finished there as like a little pillow. Really lovely. And this is a Lindy Stitches freebie. So this one is Sprinkle Christmas Kindness. So cute. The next one is the Sugar Plum Dreams pattern from Lindy Stitches, and I know this has been a while, like around as a freebie for a little while. I think I've spotted this as a freebie somewhere else before, maybe on her website or maybe it was mentioned on Instagram, but I've never actually gone and downloaded it before, and I think it's a lovely design. Like, I love horses. So yeah, really, really pretty. Sugar Plum Dreams. This is a tiny modernist little freebie. So this is the like the hot cocoa pattern. Really cute, really nice. You can see the little mock-up there. Lovely bright colours, and yeah, that wouldn't take long to stitch. It's only a small one. Then there's this tiny modernist design, which is a winter 2021 design, but lovely, and it will be very easy just to change the 2021 on there to whatever year you like. So I like that one a lot. A little snowflake from Tiny Modernist, which would make a wonderful ornament that would not take long to stitch up at all. And oh, then a couple here from Teresa. So this is the Christmas Jingle Ball freebie, and it does say there on the cover sheet this is for the 2023 Jingle Ball, so I think that may have been a newly designed freebie, maybe. But I think that is lovely. I love that design. That is definitely one that I would stitch, as is this one. So this is another one, same designer, and this is the Jolly Soul one, and I actually love this one. I think I've definitely added this one to my to-do list. Unfortunately, we are already well into December at this point by at least a week. I don't even know what the date is. What is the date today? What date are we on? Oh, the 6th. Yeah, so we're a week into December. I don't know that I will get to this year because I have got another Christmassy start planned. But I'm definitely adding that one to my list of ones I need to do. Okay. So that is all the freebies that I can show you. There were a few more. There was a lovely little like snowy kestrel design that I really wanted to show you, but there was no model stitch or mock-up in the PDF. So unfortunately I can't show you that one, but we're going to move on to the shopped for patterns. So these are a mix of patterns that were not exclusive and not new, but just generally Christmas designs, because the Jingle Ball is all about Christmas. So all the designer booths were just packed with their Christmas and wintry designs and nothing else. So this one, which is the first one I'm going to show you, is by Teresa Kogut, and this is up on the housetop. I love this. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it. This was not an exclusive and it is not brand new. So this is already on general release, but I just loved it. So I grabbed that one. Same designer. This one I absolutely adore as well. Again, not new, not exclusive. So anybody that feels like stitching this will be able to get hold of it. This is strutting, and it's just got that cute little reindeer there behind Santa, and I just love it. I thought that was adorable. The next thing I've got to show you is the 2022 Jingle Ball Baubles book. So this was last year's Bauble book, but they were still selling it this year. And I actually thought that I preferred it to the 2023 book, which was also really nice, but everybody just has different stitching tastes. And I felt that this one I preferred. So you can see a little idea there of the stuff inside it. And yes, I look forward to stitching some of those ornaments at some point, because spoiler alert, I will talk about this more in my actual Flosstube, but I am doing a Christmas ornament challenge for 2024. My plans are coming together. I have a plan. We'll talk about it a little bit later in December. But yes, I think that some of these ornament patterns are definitely going to be getting done. Because I have a whole challenge based around Christmas ornaments for next year, which is going to be a whole lot of fun, I hope. Moving on to the next pattern. So this one is an exclusive. This is the Tiny Modernist Merry and Bright Stitch Along. So when I bought this during the ball, I received immediately the PDF with part number 1, which is the bit you can see there in the middle. So part number 1 is literally the Merry and Bright writing and the border around the edges. And I was just looking to see if it had the dates on here. Oh no, I've screenshotted it. I'm not actually within the PDF. So the release schedule isn't listed here, but it is going to be all released in quite quick succession, I think, so that this could potentially be stitched before Christmas. So I may even have part 2 already. I'll have to check my emails. But yes, I just thought I would take a little bit of a risk on that one, because I'm not good with mystery patterns, but I really like tiny modernist designs. And yeah, I don't know, I think from like the blurry bits there's going to be some baubles. I could be wrong, but like for the left hand column, the vertical one, that looks a little bit Santa coloured and shaped. Maybe I can see like a hat and a beard maybe, and some red clothes and maybe some black boots. So yes, I think there might be a Santa on there. I think that there's going to be baubles hanging on the top right vertical bit. I think the strip along the bottom that's horizontal looks like a sleigh, maybe being pulled by a reindeer. And the only one that I really am having trouble guessing at is that top horizontal piece. Does it look like maybe Christmas trees? I don't know. Maybe. Definitely some greenery in there, maybe like holly or Christmas leaves. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Only time will tell, but I think it's going to be baubles, Santa, a sleigh with a reindeer and Santa, and then the top one is a bit of a mystery. I can't quite work that one out, but I think I'm going to love it. The next pattern is a hands-on design, which again was an exclusive for the Jingle Ball, and this is called All is Bright. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. I absolutely love this one. So it's got like the house in the middle and the little birds on it. I love the colour scheme. I love the fabric that they have chosen to do that on. Can I actually see that here from my screenshot? Oh, I can. So that has been stitched on Juniper Belfast linen. 32 count, I believe. Yeah, Juniper. I love that colour. Like, isn't that pretty? It really works. So I might have to seek out some of that fabric or try and dye some that is similar. The next chart that I've got to show you is Trim the Tree. So this was a Jeanette Douglas design and I love it. It's got the pretty little baubles. They finished it in a little pillow, but also shown it as like a flat finish. I just think it's really lovely, really pretty. I like the colours. It's like a bit more pinks and teals. There is a bit of green in there, but it's not like in your face like red, white and green Christmas, and I quite like that. It's like a very delicate pattern. I like it. It's really pretty. This one I am in love with. So this is the next one I purchased, which is a Satsuma Street design called Winter Woods. Now I believe that this was not labelled as a Jingle Ball exclusive. It was labelled as a new release and it did say that it's currently only available in PDF. So I'm not sure because I've not checked, but if you love this one as much as I do, you may be able to get this one straight away from the Satsuma Street website. So definitely go and have a look. But I just adore this one. I love animal designs and winter designs. Like if you look at all my whips, like I know I enjoy doing fancy ladies and things like that, but in general, like if you take away the fancy ladies, the vast majority of things that I stitch have an animal in them. I love animal designs, adore them, and I also really love wintry whips, which I think I've discussed before, not necessarily Christmas, but wintry seasonal whips I adore. So this has just got it all covered for me. It's got a polar bear, it's got a cute little fox, an owl, a reindeer, sort of like a little bit like Scandi style, I think, like on the fox with the pretty flowers on it. Oh, I love it. I love this pattern. I don't know when I'm going to start it. Probably not this side of Christmas, but this is not a Christmas pattern. It is a winter pattern. Yes. I may have a little look on the Satsuma Street website myself after I finish this video. And if this is already available on their website as a PDF general release, I may suggest in January that people join me to do this as a stitch along, because I love it. Yes, I'm going to stick that on my to-do list to go and check if you can get the pattern and see if anyone wants to join me, because I do love this one. I do know that lovely Rosie and Sherry, who were also at the ball, two other lovely Flosstubers, so that's like I'll put their channel names on the screen so I don't make a mistake, but Rosie and Sherry, who were at the ball as well, like all three of us adored this pattern and they have it as well. So yes, maybe we can sell it. We'll see. But yeah, I love that design so much. One of my favourites from the whole ball, I think. This is the next one. So this is Tiny Modernist and it's just called Christmas Time. But the wording on the actual pattern is, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And when I read those words, like I read them in my head as if they're being sung in the song. Love that pattern, absolutely beautiful. So that is another one for the to-do pile. And I think this might be the last purchase. So this is Christmas Dreams, which was a Tiny Modernist stitch along a little while ago, and I've looked at this pattern multiple times but not bought it, and I've ended up getting it during the Jingle Ball. I love the words in this one as well. It came upon a midnight clear, and again, when I read the words, like I sing the song in my head. So yeah, I love that one. Did I get, oh yeah, one more. So this is another Tiny Modernist. This was an exclusive Jingle Ball release, but like I said previously, they will all eventually be available in general. This is up on the rooftop, so you've got like Santa up there with his sack on the roof, and then all the rooms below him with the stockings, with the tree. Just thought that was super cute. And I think that is everything. So then I do have, oh, I'll show you this one. So going through all these patterns from the Jingle Ball just made me remember that I had a couple of other Christmassy patterns from some of those designers already in my stash. So I already had these, but I'll just show you quickly. So this is another pattern that was on sale at the Jingle Ball, which reminded me that I had it. This is the Snow Globe pattern from Tiny Modernist. Again, it was a sale once upon a time, but not anymore. Now you can just buy the full PDF. So yes, I love this one. I need to stitch this at some point. This was already in my digital pattern stash, but going through all these lovely Christmas patterns I got from the Jingle Ball made me like dig it out and find it, and I've actually put it onto my, I think I might have put it onto my Pattern Keeper now. I think like loaded it into Pattern Keeper to remind me that it's there. I'm not sure if I did yet. If I haven't, I'm definitely going to, because I don't want to forget about that one again. And then this one is super cute, and again, this is one that I already had, and this was available at the Jingle Ball. I don't know if it was available on its own, but I definitely spotted it in a bundle of patterns they were selling that reminded me I had it. So this is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Christmas Goodies, and I just love that. It's probably like a little too large to turn it into a hanging ornament, unless I was to stitch it like 1/1 on 32, then I could probably make it tiny. But yes, the Jingle Ball reminded me that I had this gorgeous pattern as well. So, I know this has been a bit of a different episode to usual. I hope you've enjoyed it. My summary of the Jingle Ball would be that it was fantastic. It is well worth the ticket price. I was worried as a UK attendee that I was not going to get value for money, in that all of it would be going on when I was asleep and I would miss out on loads of stuff. And I did miss out on a few things, but I mean, the tickets were like $8.50, and even with like the small foreign transaction fee that I had to pay, when it actually popped through on my bank account, the actual amount that my ticket cost me this year was like £8.47. And literally for £8.47, it was worth it just for the entertainment videos in the main ballroom and the chance to meet so many stitchers in the stitching room. And you know, the fact that I was able to attend a couple of classes and watch all the meet and greets and those things as well, and get exclusive access a little bit earlier to all these lovely Christmas patterns was a bonus. But that's quite funny really, because when I first signed up for the ball, I signed up for the shopping because I wanted to be able to get any of the patterns that I liked, because I was aware of the Jingle Ball last year, but I think I was aware of it after the fact. Like after it had happened, I saw people sharing the lovely patterns that they purchased, and then I felt like I missed out. So this year, like my primary reason for wanting to join in was the exclusive pattern shopping opportunity rather than anything else. And then when I've actually done the Jingle Ball, like the entertainment was my favourite part. So yeah, I'm sure it goes without saying for everybody that attended the Jingle Ball, that big well done and big thank you to Lindy Stitchers, who organised and hosted, and to all the other designers that took part. It was a fantastic, fantastic experience. So yeah, highly recommend the Jingle Ball. Hope to see some of you there next year, because I will definitely be getting my ticket. Take care guys, I will see you for normal Flosstube very soon. Bye!